on your social media platforms.
So let's get back to the embroidery a little bit. So people need special talents to do embroidery? Like you have to grow up sewing or anything like that?
No, absolutely not. I always tell my audience, I'm like, one of my favorite lines is, if I can do it, you can do it. I mean, like, look, a couple of years ago, I was making videos on just unboxing it and showing you how to thread it. And the key thing when you're starting your social media platform, if that's something that you want to do, is to, like, when you find something that you're having problems with, right? You know that somebody else is having that problem. So why not help? Make a video about it. Show somebody, you know, because there's a bunch of people that are buying these equipments and these machines. They're gonna have that issue. That's where I found success. I found success in helping people figuring out how they can solve these issues, because they're gonna run into the issue. I know it, like when I bought my Cameo, some of these companies, not to knock the companies, but they don't have very good instructions. And I'm happy they don't have very good instructions, because that creates a lane for us. Like, we bridge the gap between the company and the end users, right? And I'm really good at conveying and showing people, okay, this is how you do it, and I get a nice lens and I zoom in, I show it intricately, so that by the time you're ready to purchase your machine, you're confident already. Because I made 10 videos, you watch 50 videos on me doing it repetitively, back to back to back, different designs, so you're like, oh, I know how to do this, right out of the box. So anybody can get into it. I'd say the hardest part is maybe if you're not that much of a graphic designer, then you might want to, you know, hire a graphic designer that you can, you know, if you have an idea in your head, you can talk to somebody and they can turn that idea into an actual thing, right? A file that you can give to, you know, and you can create into something that you want to put on garments. Yeah.
So you really started with the embroidery, but I know also you coach people basically on the business aspects as well, right? What kind of things do people need to know usually?
I actually started with a Silhouette Cameo. And this is funny, this whole journey was an accident. This whole journey was an accident. I swear, this is what happened. I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm sorry, I'm gonna tell a real short story.
Go ahead.
So, my family's from the Caribbean, it's a small island in the Caribbean called Dominica. And my uncles, they sell boats, like big boats to carry the cargo. So my mom, one day, she said, hey, do you think you can go to find a shirt making company that makes shirts so your uncle can have shirts for the crew? And I said, yeah, I can handle that, right? So I'm thinking to myself, and this was before I even started making videos on garment decorating. I saw videos from Stan Banks, and I said, there's this machine called the Silhouette Cameo, Mom. Why don't we, instead of giving this company $300 or so, why don't we go half and buy this machine? She said, that's a great idea. And I already went to school for digital film and video production. That's what my degree's in. So I already knew light graphic editing, Illustrator, Photoshop, and things like that. So we went half on the machine. I got it, did the unboxing video. And that's when I started, you know, teaching myself how to use the machine by watching other YouTubers, right? And every time I ran into a problem, I would make a video on it. Then I get questions. Then I make a video to answer that question. Then I get another question. Then I started making my own stuff. And then I made videos. And then I started showing people how to use the waste. Like, because when you're cutting vinyl, you get a lot of waste. I made a video called Save Your Scraps, and showed people how to make whole shirts out of scraps, right? So you're, you know, being more productive with everything. So this whole journey was an accident, and it's a blessing in disguise. I love it. You know, it's especially being an artist, it like gives you a sense of fulfillment when you're able to have a concept in your head and you're able to bring that concept to life and actually make a tangible thing that people can hold and see in their hands. It's a magical experience. Not to sound corny or cheesy or anything, but it really is a magical and enjoyable and fulfilling experience.
I mean, I know it's an overused expression, but you definitely keep it real. I think, you know, with the Ink Kitchen, first show we were here, we wore these shirts that said "Know It All." It was a joke because nobody knows it all, right?
Exactly. Constantly learning.
And then our favorite posts are the Misprint Mondays. We've shared our errors. I think that you were onto something there, whereas instead of you supplying all the answers, you were kind of supplying the questions.
Yeah.
And also showing people that it's not an easy path.
A lot of my audience always say, I get this comment a lot in videos, thank you for showing all your mistakes. I get some questions, I get some comments that says, hey, cut to the chase. But for the most part, people appreciate seeing the mistakes, seeing when I messed up, and seeing what I did to fix that error. Because guess what? Like I said before, you're gonna run into the mistakes, you're gonna run into errors, and that's part of business, and that's part of life. You're gonna have obstacles. And those people that are successful are the people that can work through the obstacles, right? You can grow, every business has a hurdle that you have to jump over. And the people that are successful are the people that don't give up, are the people that figure out how to solve the issues. So I make a video showing other people how they can solve those issues before they run into those issues, so they have a jump start in their business.
So I know really everybody's obstacles are probably different, and part of what you do is just encourage people to overcome them and to think through it. But what are some of the common obstacles to getting an embroidery business off the ground?
Well, one thing that I'm sure everybody can relate to is finances, right? Finances. But there are all different ways, so many different ways that you can get the financing to purchase machines like that. Like starting off small, like I said, with the Brother SC600 or other small machines. And I have a video where I show people how they can start off making money by just like customizing cuffs, dress shirt cuffs. That's a little small. You can convert that machine into a sewing machine. All businesses, like not all businesses, but some businesses, you need to do your hem and your dress pants and stuff like that. I have a video showing how to do that, and like just giving people different ideas on how they can work their way up to be able to afford those more expensive machines. Different companies have financing and things like that. And you just want to make sure when you're jumping into something that you can sustain it, like you can have the means to pay for it, because you don't want to end up in debt, because that's really, really important. But I always like to make the analogy that, or give the example that if you start creating clothes for yourself, you're not shopping anymore.
All right,
so
guys,
in essence,
that'll be it. My arms are getting tired.
Kind of saving it, and paying it off in a way, because like
Come back
I can't
the next hour. We're gonna have.
remember the last time when I actually bought
we'll be
a
back
fully
in
decorated
about
shirt. I buy blanks.
30 minutes.
Blanks are like $3 on